Okay, so we going from the beginning of hip hop, right?
Okay.
So we got four elements. It's a culture. Hip hop is a full culture that has almost like a whole party and knowledge, right? And you have the DJ, the music. You have the b-boying, which is the dance part. That's how it started. And then you have the MC, which is usually who sings or who is the master of ceremony, which is directing the party. And then you have the graffiti. And the graffiti is basically the fashion, the letters, the hats, the clothes, the baggy, all of that. So those are the four elements. And then we have in b-boying, which is the four element, it comes from breakdance, but it's called b-boying. It's more proper to say b-boying because you're creating the culture of b-boying. Breakdance is the style, right? So you got b-boying, and on b-boy you can find top rocks. For example, the basic top rock will be like the one step right here, boom, boom. You got the front step, boom. You got the back break, and then usually you have to have that groove on the whole body. Yeah, you can cross it, cross it, cross it, cross it. Yeah, you can side break. These are all the basics, and then you can play with the hand as well as the character, like who you want to be, your b-boy name, right? Like me, I'm Eddie D, I'm Eddie Dance, right? So, like, I'm just a dancer, right? You develop whatever you want to do in your character, and you can reflect that. You could be, there is angry dancers, like, you know what I mean? There's like a strong dance, they always show themselves like they're strong. There's like a goofy dancers, right?
Your personality.
Your personality. And that alone creates a lot more than the steps. Because if you just do the steps, this is the simple step, right? But it doesn't make sense. You have to have the bounce, the groove, and then you also have to like express yourself and communicate. That way people kind of believe what they see and how you express yourself. It's readable, right?
To be connected.
Yes, so b-boy, you have the top rock, which are all the basics here. You got the also 1-2 double, which is my favorite counting groove because it kind of keeps track of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then you can do it with the head, da-da-da-da, with the head, or you can do it with the shoulders, boom, da-da-da-da, shoulders. You can do it with the chest, boom, da-da-da-da, boom. You can do it with the hips, da-da-da-da, boom. You can do it with the knees, boom, da-da-da-da, boom. Always with the character, like always develop that character. You can do it with the toes, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, with the heels, da-da-da-da. Or with the legs, like boom, da-da-da-da, boom, da-da-da-da.
Okay.
Cool. See how much you can learn in just a couple minutes.
I don't know, I'm just following your lead, just follow your step.
Yeah. I believe that every human being has the same capacity to learn everything because you have two hands. Like if I told you move the right, move the left, you can do it. Now, some of the basic rules that you can find, and we have the b-boying, we have the top rock. I want to teach you a few steps on the ground that will help you with the b-boying, understand the dance. You can also have, after the b-boying, start coming up more like a hip hop. Hip hop is based on the beat. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So all those groups that you can do 1 and 2, 5 and 6. Or you can do a simple bounce, boom, boom, using your knees, the whole body. You gotta make sure you like have a groove, which is a pattern in your whole body. Yes, this sometimes is the hardest part because anyone can do, right?
Yes.
But you can see the difference, and it also feels lighter in the body. right? So the bounce. So hip hop was made more on beats, and then when people start using this, some people say in New Jersey they started putting lyrics into the beat. So if the song say, "Hey, what's up?" and then you can say, "Hey, what's up?" right? And then that, depending on what the song say, you start combining the story and the lyrics, and that's called new school. Right? A lot of people get confused with new school, old school, because they think old school and new school is just new, but it kind of comes from New Jersey. That's why it's called new school. And then we're gonna deep more into all of this, and then you have new style, right? New style is basically a combination of all the styles into hip hop music. And like I said before, if you do hip hop, it must be on hip hop music. If you're doing K-pop, that means you're doing something else. If you're doing house, if you're doing like whacking or something else, it's a different culture. But hip hop is made on hip hop music. In the new style, you can find remixes of songs, beats, lyrics, everything. And now new style becomes part of hip hop as the new generation of like dance, which is mixing everything. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You can mix everything. So now some of the styles that you can learn, for example, I'm gonna show it to you so you can visually see it. One is called locking, which has the lock, it has points, it has wrist rolls, and it has the muscle man with the lock. So it has a lot of different elements on locking, and you can combine them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You learn the basics, so you drill this over and over until you get it, and then you drill the points. The points have an intention like, hey, you, like literally be talking to somebody. Who. The muscle man and the lock are one of my favorites because also help you with the hip. Shoot, shoot, like help you locking the hip. One of my teachers, his name was Shaladu, he taught me that a lot of force comes from this, which is locking the hip. He said even dances that are sexy come from those kind of elements. So muscle man, you rotate, drop it, and then you lock your elbows. The story, it could be any, really. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here, like that. I think there's a lot of options. There was one of the kings of locking, his name is Don Campbell. And the story says that he actually made a mistake and he didn't know what to do, so he just stayed like this, you know? Accidentally, and then that becomes a lock. That's what some people say. I wasn't there those times, but so the lock is like a ooh, what? Hey, boom, and then you keep going. Ooh, you know what I mean? And then you find a double lock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can do 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just as a basic drills, right? You got the points, you got the wrist rolls, you got claps. Clap it's like almost like you want to clap and I'll be like ha, yeah. like joking, like you know what I mean? So the claps is like that, but you can use those claps anywhere. You know what I mean? Anywhere in your body. All of these have to be drilled. Like if you really want to learn it, you learn quick because I tell you and then you do it right away. But it's usually we're gonna drill it a little bit with the music, right? So you got new style, and then also you have jazz funk. Jazz funk was created with the combination of hip hop moves and a little bit of jazz, like funk music, but also they start putting like stuff like, you know, like jazz turns and stuff like that, like poses, a little bit more like sexy, like all of that, you know what I mean?
So I need to enroll too for salsa?
Salsa is, I'm gonna get there, but like, okay, we have the elements, DJ, b-boy, graffiti, MC. We study in b-boy, and b-boy you have hip hop, and then you have new school, now new style, you also have jazz funk, which it's a little bit more feminine. A lot of people say if you're doing jazz funk and a pop song, it's not really hip hop. But right now with the new style, everything is kind of mixed.
Mix everything.
So it's just your choice, basically. If you want to stick to the roots, if you want to be a hip hop dancer, you'll do it on hip hop music, right? But it's a choice. Huh?
I want to mix everything.
Mix everything, why not? Yeah, I mean, there is options. And then from there, you have urban styles.
Urban style.
Let's say that you have a song that's called Teach Me How to Do It, teach me how to do it. And then you have the step, no? Teach me how to, you know how to do it, teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. And this one you bend your knees a little bit, yeah. And then you go backwards, kind of like the back of your body is leading the movement. And then go. Teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. So I started going to hip hop parties, and sometimes they have a doggy song remix in a couple hours, and then put all the dancers that were just doing the same move over and over, but with different variations. You know, it's like putting it up in a different way, so it looks really cool. And there is a lot of different urban styles. Urban styles for me is a little bit more like all of these kind of grooves that look like hip-hop-ish, right? 100%. So you can now do like theme, because then that's not like urban, you know? This is more like jazz funk. But urban style will be all of that, like grounded, kind of hood, right? Like urban styles. And then you have the street styles. And then there's so many of them. Salsa will be one of those that started on the streets, right? Like the basic salsa, boom, pam, 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 pam. You got the side break with the salsa, cha, 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 cha. They have different variations on salsa, like C, 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 C. All of these, at the beginning when I was a b-boy, I feel like we really combined those a lot. Like salsa movement, like all of that, into the big boy top rock kind of feeling. So a lot of b-boys use that street style because they come on the street. There's also tango, house. There is a lot of them. Like I can give you a list of them, or you can find it on the internet. You can find it on on the internet. You can find a lot of information. So basically, to resume the talk and the introduction, I want you to think a bit of you as a person, and this is a point, and this is you, and this is what you know. And there's another circle around, and this is what you know that exists, but you don't know perfectly. For example, I already told you about locking, you know, there is also popping, there's also waving. So all of those styles you may know they exist, but you don't know them 100%. There is people, they dedicate themselves to do one style, and then that's it, like, that's all they do, which is great because they master it. But if you find yourself on a point, and then there is information around, and then there's also another circle that expands to the universe, which is unlimited information about styles on the past, maybe styles on the future, maybe styles you never seen, you never know. And then you're gonna find out that what you know about it, it's very little about what really is the whole culture of dance. It's made of a lot of different styles and stuff. So the best thing to approach hip hop is to understand that and then learn as much as possible. With that in mind, you'll be like, the other day I told you about you can start something with the idea of not doing it, right? I told you about that, I don't know if you remember. But like if you're gonna start something, you gotta start with the idea of doing it and doing it more and doing it in different ways and learning in different environments and learning different styles. Because that's gonna expand what you really know and that's gonna really make you feel more free in a sense. Now there's another style, it's called freestyle, which is whatever you want to do with the elements. So if you learn how to do all these elements, now I can like freestyle, I can pop, I can glide, I can house. But I'm freestyling into the culture part. It is with a foundation. Does that make sense? Cool. Alright.
So what I need to master first.
We're gonna do a little bit of pop rock, a little bit of locking maybe, because those are one of the basics that I really like the most. And grooves. Grooves are like urban styles that you can like feel more with the music and the groove. Let's do it with the music. I'm glad we're doing this video because we're gonna have some information.